Hey friends, it's August 7th, 2026, and I've got three main prayer points today. As many of you have been watching with the devastating effects of the missile strike the night before last on Ukraine, and particularly on Kyiv, Ukraine, as has been reported, as we've shared with you, has very limited capacity to stop missiles. So that's our number one prayer thing, stopping the missiles. How do we do it? One is, praise God, the U.S. is at its highest level now, again, of intelligence sharing, which is super important for identifying missile production sites, as well as missile storage sites. Both of those things need to be taken out. We actually saw a massive explosion in Bryansk today, which is hopefully, Bryansk is one of the main places Iskander missiles are being shot from. But also we're praying for missile launch systems. They're very hard to identify and locate, that they would be taken out. We're also continuing to pray for interception, the development of the interceptors. The FP7 missile, which is going to be the platform for the Freya, which is the SP7X, is about 2 weeks, perhaps 4 weeks away from approval. That's the base platform, and then they're adding on all of the radars and the things that make it an interceptor from the European side. Pray for that to get ramped up. Why? Because Russia is bringing its Starlink equivalent online. Already they've got about 2 hours of the day, or 2 hours of the day when they actually have oversight over Ukraine. This is incredibly helpful for their missiles and for their drones. But in October, they're going to double or triple that. October, November, they're going to have 3 new satellites online, and it's going to give them a lot more range. So guys, pray for interception, pray for taking out the missiles, pray for taking out the missile production. That's the first part. The second thing I want to invite you guys to pray into is negotiations. Guys, Russia has made it abundantly clear to the Trump White House they will settle for nothing less than all of Donbass. They'll even give away parts of Kherson or Zaporizhia and Sumy, which they have none in Sumy, or Chernihiv, which they have none. But the reality is that is non-negotiable on a number of fronts. One is the Ukrainian people will not stand for it. Even though they want peace, they will not have peace at any cost. The other piece is it is giving up the core productive capacity of Ukraine. One of the reasons this war was started in 2014 is because Shell Oil in 2013-2014, they discovered a massive natural gas, 3.6 trillion cubic meters of natural gas there under Slavyansk. That's why Russia started the war in Slavyansk back in 2014. This has always been about resources and gas. So that's just non-negotiable on so many fronts, not only because what we've also shared with is that fortress belt, Slavyansk, Kramatorsk, Chasiv Yar, is essentially the Sudetenland of Czechoslovakia. Why? When Hitler got the Sudetenland, it took away all the defensive capacity of Czech. That's why Hitler then could roll in. Same thing. If Russia gets the Donbass, they will have all of Ukraine eventually. And Ukraine knows that. So that's non-negotiable. But at the same time, that's what Kushner and Witkoff got when they went to Moscow. But pray, as they are supposed to come this month to Kyiv. That will be massive. Why? Pray for hearts to be softened, for consciences to arise. When they see the fundamental difference of the way Russia wages war, that their humanity would awaken. So first thing is missiles. Second thing is we're praying about the negotiations. The last piece is the awakening of Russia. Guys, man, they hit one of the biggest wild berries warehouses in Yekaterinburg today. And they're hitting again and again. They're on track. I think they've hit about 50% of the wild berries warehouses, and it is massive. It is affecting all of Russia. We've been praying that the Russians would wake up. They are waking up. At the same time, the Trump White House has communicated to Russia that if they go ahead with mobilization, they're going to bring down the hammer with sanctions and so on and so forth. But the reality is the Politburo is fully, utterly, completely committed to that mobilization. They're now just trying to figure out if they can do it secretly or not. Pray for the people to wake up. So guys, we love you guys. We're so grateful for each of you guys as you're praying. Continue to pray for the church. Vladimir and Lilia and the Church Vlagovis, they're in the middle of a children's camp right now. John and Tanya Lynch are in the middle of a media and arts and evangelism camp in the Carpathians. Guys, pray, because the church is moving. The church is on the move. We're really excited. I feel like God is bringing us into more and more contact with, we're developing some networks of churches and things, ways to begin to pour into the church in Ukraine and begin to raise up, really prepare for peace. We feel that very, very strongly. One other thing is, I'm so grateful so many of you have responded telling us how you got connected with us, how you've grown with us through this journey in praying for Ukraine and Russia in the middle of this war. We're actually thinking of developing a community and outside of Facebook to really help develop especially prayer networks and people who are leading prayer networks to really help coordinate things. I realize not everybody, these videos are great, but if you want to go deeper, if you want some more resources, some more clarity, some more opportunities to engage in that, let me know. And when we go online with that, we will invite you in. But so love you guys so much. Thank you for your prayers, for helping us raise up prayer. We love you guys. Take